father started the trap line we bought it in 1971 from Bill Scott. And then we made trails, like a lot of the trap line that when we first started there was no trails on it, there ain't no roads. Now we got roads built all like in the middle of our trap line for us to drive on. And then the skidoo trails, they're all through the middle, like all go all through our trap line now. So it makes it a lot easier, right? When I was working, we had hired some guys to trap first, like to keep our quotas up, right?
Right.
But usually you're off in the fall or the spring because where I worked, you couldn't work. It was on the pipeline where you couldn't work in the spring, or if it got wet in the fall, it'd freeze up.
Is that legal, having drinks when you're being filmed?
So in my own house, I can drink whatever I want.
What's gonna happen to the cameraman when he has?
When he falls off this. Well, me and my brother were together, and then he bought the other trap line beside me here that Jonathan Boudry owns now, and
He should be, see, this is
then he
why I
passed
don't
away.
know, 'cause he did-
yeah, had a couple kids, and then kids had kids, and then the grandson come along, and then he wanted to trap.
Let me see, that's me. Oh, where's our picture of him when he was trapping with you when he was 2 years old?
Yeah, he used to come with me when he was 10, 12.
10, 12, me and Grandma were trapping them.
And then he got into
You had me
trapping,
playing
when
around.
he's first like trapping was muskrats. So.
I'm gonna ask him, how did I get involved in this mess?
Because of him.
No, Grandma was involved before that.
Yeah,
Grandma
remember?
got involved, but it
Before
was
he was
just
involved.
too busy
I was out there
skinning
trapping
all the
myself.
time. While our rest of the guys are supposed to help didn't like skinning, so. But we used to go on, they take the whole family with us when, you remember when we went with the skidoos?
And
We
then
went down and we had like wiener roast when we had setting
Hot
traps
dog
on
roast.
hot dogs when we were having, setting traps, and they'd have a big fire going and keep the kids warm. We'd spend the day like down setting traps and.
a whole day. But no, when he came trapping with us, when he was small and he had to be in his car seat, and you just put the tunes on and he just sang constantly. He sang his songs all the way down the trapping line and all the way back, didn't he? And he's
Still
still
do.
sticking to that, yeah, and he's still sticking to his country roots. Klayton, he came with us right from almost, what,
I think he
a
was
year
still in his
old.
mother's stomach and they came with us sometimes. That's how
Because
where
we
we
could just
started.
pop in and pick
I
them up and
remember
take
that.
them with us. And so that's probably how he got into trapping, because he grew up coming with us. And then he liked it so well, he just wants to take it over.
That's
Well,
He
he
just
likes
loves
trapping with his
skinning.
grandmother better than he does me because he can boss his grandmother around, but he can't boss me around.
That's not true at all, is it, Klayton?
But I enjoy having him trapping. He does most of the work now. I just have to sit back and relax. How much you do is what you get out of it.
Last year wasn't as good as the year before.
No, the fur last year wasn't because the government put the sanctions on Russia there. You didn't get the big buyers in here to buy the fur.
Oh.
And
I think I found
so
this.
that's why your fur was down last year, Billy. It's like just about like anything else. If your wood is up in price, everybody tries to get into business cutting wood, eh? And it's the same as trapping. When the fur's up in price, everybody wants to catch it and sell it, so they flood the market, say. And they got like everybody traps nowadays. Like fur years ago, you got a better price for it than what you do now for the work you spend in it.
Well, years ago, when your dad was still trapping, you would get between $400 and $600 for a fisher, right?
Yeah,
Now you get what, between
40 and 100.
So the price of that's dropped.
But then you'd only allowed to catch one or two back then too. Well, the big sale this year is in
Finland.
Finland, eh? So we should have all the European buyers there. So it might be should be a good price if they get all the Russian buyers there and stuff, eh? But it depends on a lot of your trappers, if they ship their fur there, or if they're gonna sell to, like, buyers around here, eh? And usually these buyers around here will buy the fur and then they'll ship it there anyways to get the big dollars for it, eh? It depends if you can hold it off long enough to sell it, eh? I think the best time is February. Your February sales look the best. Because see, your fur, as the spring goes on, the fur gets singed, it's not as good. Because the animals come out and lay in that hot sun and it singes their fur, and then the fur ain't as good as it is right now. Like. Right now, it should be full prime now. Like.
The fur is prime right now, so the first two sales are the best sales.
No, the first sale is the worst sale.
No,
I don't think so.
The first sale is everybody caught their fur in November, and it's not prime.
yeah, but you'll get your top price out of it then.
No, you get your top price from your November, December catch.
Well, we like the January sales date, and then the actual fur sale isn't until the end of March. So that's the one we like.
Yeah, well, that's the one we ship to all the time, eh? We shipped to the earlier sale. Years ago, the earlier sale was all right, but you gotta, whatever happened last spring, the sale in the spring, if your fur was down then, it'll be down your first sale in the fall too, eh? Like the fur from all over North America goes to North Bay.
Well, there's the.
Down in the States goes
what's
to
the
North
other fur
Bay
company?
and
North American?
it all,
Fur
like,
traders?
North Bay, and then there's,
Yeah,
what's the sale in?
There's other ones, it all depends who everyone.
What do you call
each
that
trapper
one in
ships to.
Toronto? North American?
Yeah, North American.
Yeah.
She said there's usually just that.
They
Everybody
just started up though. But see, the big sale in North Bay has been there since I started trapping.
Yeah, well, the North Bay is the Hudson Bay.
And, they always, but then like years ago, you had buyers come right into Denbigh here. And they used to buy our fur right, they'd be 3 or 4 buyers that come and buy it right at, I don't know if you knew where Ken Malcolm's garage used to be. And they'd come there and that's where they'd buy the fur, right there in the garage. They'd all give a bid on it, what they wanted for it, and then if you liked the price, you'd sell it. Like when you had the salesman coming in, the one salesman would be offering you $20 for a beaver, and if the other guy liked that hide, he might offer you 30 and the other guy 40, so you could take your highest bidder, right? But when you ship it, you don't, you just, well, they have these buyers there, but if they say, we'll give you $20 across the board for this bundle of beaver, that's what you gotta take.
Well, unless they don't think they're paying enough, as they say,
Well, then they
Well,
roll back,
yeah.
so.
then it's to be reoffered.
I think there's too many people just sending it to the actual fur companies, because then you just automatically think you're getting the best price for it.
Well, you're cutting that salesman that way.
Like, I mean, I just read their magazines they send us. That's how I keep up with what's going on.
Well, no, you
And
gotta,
every first statement, they send their overview of the sale. So that it'll tell you what the fur buyers are looking for, like in certain animals and.
you got your buyers, and they all wanna make the same money as we do. So they gotta, when they sell it to the other guys, they make double again, eh? And it just keeps going on and on, eh? And then when the fashion people come in and,
Well, a muskrat hat's worth $500. You wonder where all the money goes.
yeah, and that magazine, they're selling like moccasins and stuff, and they're $100 with just a little fur lining on them. And the tan, like people buy stuff that's tan, they don't realize that that comes from your trapping too, because there's no fur on it, but they still need the leather fur, and that comes out of your hide, see?
It wasn't good just because of Russia. That's what they blamed it on too. That was their big overview why everything, because everything dropped about 20 to 50% since Russia quit bidding on it.
Well, I think that happens to our whole economy, that's why it runs on how the government treats these other countries, see?
Maybe out the trapping zone on the pond.
Here. This is just apple juice.
Yeah, I know.
Fur don't prime up as good as when it's warmer, eh? It's not as good a fur, eh? Colder weather gives you better fur, eh?
But
So-
the warmer weather's better mobility.
Well,
Yeah, I like the warmer
It's-
weather.
I'd sooner have it if it was 10 below all the time.
Yeah, but then you'd
Oh.
be
Cause then you got ice to
Minus
get
10's
on,
not
you can
bad.
move a lot of places where you can't get to now. Unless you have an Argo,
But you have an Argo.
but it's too slow to move around where we gotta go.
Well, I don't know about that. It goes pretty fast when I'm in it.
Especially when it's sleeping.
First you're coming down a trail and then you're in water and then the next thing you're up on a barn roof and he knocked the barn down here and it was half over and half up and he drove right up to the top of the roof with the Argo. Back. That was before a few beer.
A few beer, I'd have went right on over.